How's it going, everyone? Brad Smith here with HylthLink. I'm looking for the top health and fitness experts throughout the world. Today, I'm joined with Kathleen, owner of Beachside Community Acupuncture. How are you today, Kathleen?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for joining me. We're always looking for different people, different health fields. Yours is very unique. It's a community acupuncture studio in Dallas. So tell us a little bit about who you are and what your business is.
So my name is Kathleen Ellerie. I'm a licensed acupuncturist and diplomate of Oriental medicine. And I've been practicing around Dallas for about 3.5 years. And I was in private practice before as an independent contractor. And I'd have patients who couldn't afford to see me more than, once a month, a few times a year. And I really wanted a community clinic to refer them to where they could come in as often as they really needed to get relief. And there just weren't any in Dallas. So I decided to start Beachside Community Acupuncture to fill that gap and, again, fulfill that need. So with community acupuncture, it's a little bit different if you've had acupuncture before. It's our intakes are in a private office to maintain that privacy while we're discussing your information, but then the actual treatment itself is in one big community room. So we have a bunch of different recliners. You could come in with your friends and family at the same time. You'll be with other people who are healing at the same time as you, which gives the whole really experience a different kind of energy. But the biggest draw for community acupuncture is, one, you don't have a time constraint. I tell most patients stay a full hour, really let the needles do their work and really relax. And then also the cost. So our treatments are on a sliding scale of $30 to $50. So with that, you can really decide how much you can pay each treatment based off of your own budget, how many times you need to come in, and whatever else is going on with your life.
Wow, that's really cool. And before we got on the interview, you even mentioned you're one of the few in your area, or the only one in your area. Why is it so rare to have these clinics, all over?
So with acupuncture in America, it's really mostly private practice. There are some areas like California, Florida have more community clinics. It's almost like a movement that, more are cropping up. But traditionally, acupuncture was practiced in a group setting in China. And a lot of times it still is. If you go over there, it's, again, something like going to a nail salon that a bunch of people are getting work done at the same time, and you're really just enjoying that community experience. So we are the only ones in Dallas. And as we discussed before we started talking, I have patients drive from a good hour away to come up to us because there's just not something similar to them nearby. And again, private practice has its merits as well if you're the type of patient who really needs like an in-depth analysis on blood work, or really has a lot of issues or needs extra modalities like cupping or lots of body work or massage. Private practice, you're going to get that more. Here though, if you really just need acupuncture, you want to incorporate it into your lifestyle and know that you're going to need it ongoing, and it needs to be more affordable for you, community acupuncture is a really, really great option.
Okay, that's awesome. So let's jump into the symptoms, or why would somebody, maybe if they've never tried acupuncture before, what are some symptoms or things somebody's going through to make them or have them start with acupuncture?
So acupuncture is best known for treating pain. There's been a lot of research on how it affects the pain response in the body, but I get patients for almost everything. Acupuncture is a whole system of medicine, or Chinese medicine is. So it can really fix almost everything, and it could actually fill in the gaps where you may not have gotten relief with other types of treatments. So I have patients who come in and say, they know something's off, but all their labs are normal, or they've tried standard treatments and nothing's helping. So we can definitely help with that as well. But otherwise, we see a lot of allergies, fertility issues, stress, anxiety, insomnia, depression, like I said, pain, like I'm missing a lot, but dizziness, vertigo, headaches, really almost everything, or even as serious as patients with long-term conditions like Parkinson's, or people who are going through chemotherapy or other cancer treatments. Acupuncture could actually help with those side effects from the stronger drugs that they're taking.
Okay, you mentioned something about stress. That's something we're seeing a lot of in the different fields. Are trying to do different things to help people with their stress. Is that something you're seeing on the rise, or that? And then how do you help someone with their stress?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are starting to realize that the really, really busy lifestyle that we take for just as the normal in our society, can actually have some detriments to your health. It's all about balance. So with acupuncture, when we put needles in, it causes what we call a parasympathetic response in the body. So it puts the body into a rest and digest state versus the fight or flight state that a lot of people live their lives in. And so again, coming in for acupuncture, they get that, hour or so of being in that forced rest and digest state. But over time, it also translates that your body gets more used to that state and is calmer overall, and is less likely to go into that fight or flight just for these little things that usually set us off, like traffic jams and deadlines and all of that. With our clinic too, I'm from Florida originally, so all of the clinic in northern Texas is beach themed. So for our community room, there are ocean waves on repeat. There are, photos of the beach and inside window frames and things like that all around. So I've had patients say that in addition to, feeling better with the needles, they wake up thinking they're just on vacation, in Daytona or wherever, and that it was a good little break from their day-to-day life.
Well, that leads me to my next thing. I wanted to read a review from your Facebook page real quick. I'm so thankful to have found Beachside. It's a great location, and you immediately feel relaxed when you walk in the office. So, it sounds like it's a good, relaxing place, and you're able to help a lot of people. What's a success story that really sticks out to you and, keeps you motivated?
I've had a lot, actually. For me, like the biggest, I love all my patients feeling better. My biggest success stories, I think, are the ones who finally decide to take control of their health on their own too. So I always teach about diet therapy. I'll teach about lifestyle. But, some patients just want to come in and relax or have me work on them. Some patients actually do go the extra step and they'll, practice stretches. They'll start changing their diet. So, of course, anytime a fertility patient conceives, that's, again, working on the whole lifestyle, stress management, all of that. So, when my fertility patients tell me they're pregnant, that's always great. If someone who is in pain, especially if they have a goal, is able to do something that they didn't think they'd be able to, that's always great. I had a patient who had severe dizziness her whole life actually be able to get on a plane and fly, and she hadn't been able to do that in a long time. I had a patient who was wearing a boot on her foot for 6 years. We got her out of the boot. She was starting to do physical therapy too and able to walk normally again. So there's such a wide variety of success stories, but it's just my whole goal is to empower patients to help themselves. And I tell them acupuncture is a tool, but really what you do day to day is going to be the biggest change you can make, because that's what most of your day consists of. So I love when they feel empowered to make healthier diet changes. They have more energy. They want to work out. They want to spend more time with friends and family because they don't feel depressed anymore. Just things like that are why I do what I do.
Yeah, and I think as an expert and business owner, having taking that extra step and helping more patients, definitely says a lot about you and your business. So thank you for doing that. And if anyone's in the Dallas area, we definitely recommend, or even an hour away from Dallas, checking out the Beachside Community Acupuncture. Tell us a little bit about where you're located. If somebody lives in that area, what's the best way for them to find you and get started?
So we're actually on the border of Dallas, Addison, and Farmers Branch. If you're in the Dallas area or familiar, we're easily accessible from 635 and the tollway on Midway Road, 2 lights south of Beltline. There are a lot of restaurants near us and all of that. So a lot of people know this area because of that. But we ourselves are tucked kind of away in a small, quiet office building. Again, 2 lights south of that busier area. And to find out more information about us, our website has a lot of information, that different treatments that we offer, really the different conditions we see a lot of, but also how Chinese medicine could help out really anybody. We also do workshops, classes, and things like that. Our social media is a great way to learn more about that. We have a sound healing workshop coming up on Saturday that we've been posting about a lot. But we also, again, go through Twitter and Instagram. All of our handles for Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook are Beach Calm Acu, so just a shortened abbreviation of our name. But again, our website is just for general information. It's the best source.
And we'll definitely make sure to post the links either above or below this video, depending on where you're watching it at, so somebody can easily check out the website. And something I always like to start with there are the testimonials. So you have a great testimonial page there. I'm reading them right now. They're right over on the side. So that's really cool.
Yeah, testimonials, and then also we do blogs usually like twice a month too. So we have a great one on acupressure that I just wrote 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and so it's again about patient empowerment. So if someone was looking a way to kind of start on their own, has some great tips there as far as kind of different ways to think about the body and different ways you can work on yourself too.
Well, I was going to ask you about, if somebody doesn't live in Dallas, then you have other tips on your website you can help them with also.
Yes. So again, we explained the benefits of acupuncture. So if someone was around the country somewhere and they weren't sure if acupuncture was right for them, definitely look at our website, kind of read through what acupuncture can do, and also the benefits of community acupuncture. So again, in our area, there aren't a lot of clinics, but then there are clinics, around the country too. So you might actually have one nearby and just not know what it is or not really know the difference. And then we talk about, some diet therapy. If you sign up for our newsletter, we have a diet therapy starter sheet. We talk about essential oils, which I work with a lot as well. Some on supplements, herbal medicine. Again, our blogs are really where we just, whatever's on our minds or want to talk about, that's where we'll write about it too. So that's a good place to check out too.
Okay, what if, one last question, what if somebody's visiting Dallas or they're there for work or, just there for a weekend or a couple days? Are they still able to come in and stop in?
Yep, definitely. So we still have them, go through the new patient paperwork, and we have an initial consult fee of $15 because we spend a lot of time talking about every aspect of health. So they have to go through that whole process. And, with acupuncture, a lot of times in private practice, people just come in like once a week or every other week. Like, for instance, I sprained my arm a few weeks ago. I treated myself like twice a day for a few days. So there's not really a limit on how much you can do. So if someone has like an extreme condition, they're only in Dallas for, a few days, easily come in each day and get a like kickstart on their health and then continue with another acupuncturist closer to home. I actually had a patient who, she and her family were traveling cross country, and she actually was stopping at like acupuncture clinics in every stop. So it's
That's
just,
awesome.
going through the paperwork each time, but you can easily do that.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're looking forward to seeing, more of what you guys are doing, and we'll refer anyone over and anyone watching. We want to encourage you guys to check out Beachside Community Acupuncture, especially if you're in the Dallas area. Stop in or check out their website. And so thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And I want to encourage everyone watching to live a healthier life, and we'll see you on the next show.